Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas and welcome to the 20th and final video in the beginner's guide to Unity 6. This time we'll be covering building a game as well as exploring a couple of options. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay up to date with every tutorial I upload. Feel free to leave a comment and drop a like. I also have a Patreon page where you could help be a part of this channel. And you'll also find all the scripts and the assets to this series there too, along with plenty of other things. You can also now join as a free member. Now, on with the tutorial. So up until this point, we have built this entire, very small, simple looking game in one single scene. And we haven't really spoken about scenes too much, but there is a folder called scenes, and there is something called a sample scene. So everything you build inside Unity is inside a scene. And you can think of these as assets as well. So whether you've got a level, whether you've got an open world, or whether you've just got a credit scene or a main menu, it will all be inside a scene. If we go to File at the top, and if we go to Build Profiles, we should be able to see a couple of different things. Now, the main thing to note here is this scene list. And at the moment, there is nothing in this scene list. If you're in an older version of Unity, which hopefully you won't be because this is Unity 6, this window may look a little bit different. You may have build and run and build down the bottom and scenes here up at the top. What you need to do is you need to click on Open Scene List. And this will tell you what the scene list is. And you can then click Add Open Scenes. And here you will see this sample scene that we have built is scene number 0. If you have a game with multiple different scenes, let's say for example 17 different scenes, then the order of the scenes is important. Scene 0 will always be the first scene to load whenever you build your game itself. And although we're not going to go into it in this beginner's introduction, this is basically just a way of determining, that this is relevant. And I do this in my other series, which are slightly more advanced and are probably where you should go to next after this series. So we have the open scene in. So that means whenever we build our game, this scene is going to load and we're going to go straight into our game. So there are a couple of things that we could logically go to first. If you wanted to build this for Android or iOS or whatever platform, you can go here and you can switch platform up here. I'm building this for PC, for Windows, so you can see that mine is active. This is the active build that we are in. You can build for PS4, PS5 if you wanted to, Xbox, all different Universal Windows platforms, whatever. However, you do need to acquire a license for publishing to something like PlayStation. Let's close the build profiles for now. And if we go to Edit, and let's look at project settings first. And here you'll have something called Player. There are plenty of options in here, but we don't need to worry about any of them at this point, at least not from a beginner's point of view. This player is all about the standalone application itself rather than the player in the game. So for example, company name can be Jimmy Vegas Game Studios. Product name would be, well, whatever your game is. My Unity 6 game. Version would be whatever version you would want to label this as. So it could be version 1, it could be version 1.1, 1.2, version 2, version 3. Whatever you want. Now we have the ability to select an icon. So we could select a texture that is in our game. So if you've got a texture in your game that is, could be usable for an icon, then absolutely choose it. I'm just going to choose this brick icon because why not? A couple of different options down here. You can have override icons, resolution and presentation. These aren't too important, to be honest. A lot of these are already set as default and are pretty decent in what they are. So don't worry about too much going on here. Different options for different platforms if you need them. The next important one I want to take a look at is quality. And this is where you can have different quality settings for different platforms, depending on what you want to go for. So ultra settings for PC, you can change some of these settings here. But in all fairness, the default settings that you have here are already pretty good and probably don't need changing. Feel free to change them around a little bit, but I think they're pretty good as they are. So player and quality, I would say, are the two things that are important inside project settings. Now, at this point, let's say we want to start playtesting our game and want to see what bugs can occur. Well, this is where we can start building our game itself. To do that, we go to File and back into Build Profiles. Although you don't necessarily have to do that, you could go File, Build and Run. If we go to Windows and go to Build and Run here, now what we do is let's create a new folder. So New Folder, My Game, and let's go into that folder and select folder. Now what Unity will do is it will take all the information that you have put together, all your scripts, all your assets, everything, all your music, and it will compile it into an executable with some data files attached to it. If you've ever played games on somewhere like itch.io or GOG or even Steam, you will have seen some of these files that do exist for Unity. Naturally, Unity is a very, very popular game engine, so it's only obvious that people would use it to create a lot of their games. So it's saying that it has failed. So cannot build player while editor is doing something. Package manager error while getting product update details. Okay, so it doesn't like the fact that I am offline at this point, which is completely fine. So let's try it once again. If we go to File, Build Profiles, and let's build and run, go into My Game, select folder, and let's build this game. So generally, you may come up with a couple of errors which may prevent this from happening. You may need to connect online to receive information and get Unity to do it that way. It's not always the case. I've noticed that whenever I try building something in Unity 6, it doesn't tend to work unless I'm actually connected online, very strangely. Usually I use this machine offline most of the time, but it doesn't really matter. All you would need to do is, if it doesn't work, just get yourself connected, log in with the hub, and then try running once again. Shouldn't have any problems after that. So you can see this is nearly done now. We are getting to the last stages of building. The first time you build a game in Unity 6 will take a little bit longer than every subsequent time, unless your game grows to a massive size. Obviously, the bigger the game, the longer it will take for the build to actually occur. So at this point, we have now built the game, and it should be launching any moment. There we go, made with Unity, and we are straight into our game. So let's wander around and let's have a click. There we go, let's get them. There's that rolling. So already we can see that there are a couple of problems in terms of the text. You can see at the top that new text, that the red one, is gone off screen a little bit. So let's Alt F4, come out of that, and let's have a quick look at bug fixes. So that means us going to our canvas, going to name 2, and just making sure that it is set correctly. Now remember when I spoke about anchoring positions? Well, look at the anchoring position of this right here. This actually needs to be set top right. This button here should really be set bottom left. That's why when we rendered our game there, because we were full screen, this did not look right because it was trying to anchor to a different position. So what we can do now is now we fix that little bug. Let's go to File. Let's go to Build and Run. Save. And let's see this go a little bit quicker into the build. And we should be able to instantly see the changes in the text on our screen. There we go. Perfect. So it's a case now of playing your game, testing everything out, making sure that everything looks normal, looks sensible. Come back into Unity, make your bug fixes, and then rebuild your game. And that's pretty much where we are with this. So where can you go from here? Well, I have plenty of tutorial series on my channel that you can go to, and you can learn many different things, from a first-person shooter to a visual novel to an endless runner to driving games to horror games. And they will take you even further into development, whether it is still with Unity 6 or whether you want to use something earlier, perhaps Unity 22 or 20. It's entirely up to you. But I would recommend going through my tutorials on my channel, seeing if there's anything interesting that tickles your fancy that you would like to have a go at. So I want to thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this entire series. It's been a lot of fun to do. Unity 6 is a great engine to play with. Unity as a company has improved with their engine over the past couple of years, and I do feel like Unity 6 is probably the engine of choice for most people out there who are aspiring developers who want to build their first game. So if there are any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If I don't answer them, somebody in the community will, because there are a lot of great people who hang around my channel, and they are fantastic. They know their stuff. But remember to subscribe and click on that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with every single tutorial that I upload in the future, because there is plenty to always come on my channel. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.